in my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in 2 days, is because I was working one day and then the other day I just wanted to relax with the boys and watch a little bit of the World Cup, which I'm sure a lot of you guys actually wanted, well, actually a lot of you guys watched. So congratulations to Booga, because obviously he deserves it. Won $3 million, literally clapped everyone else. Absolute god tier, like just very, very good performance from him. So wanted to congratulate him. And yeah, let's basically get back on the grind now that World Cup is over. I will be streaming almost every single day if I can, so make sure you guys check that out in the link in the description, or WraithAM on Twitch. And again, back to that daily YouTube grind, well, as almost every single day as I can. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about things that need to be added in Season 10, since Season 10 is coming in the next couple days, I think 2 or 3, or whatever the case is. But yeah, these are some things that I personally want. I'm sure a lot of you guys want these as well. If I missed any, let me know down in the comments, and if one of these shouldn't be added, then let me know in the comments and why you think that. And let's get right into today's video. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that comment button, subscribe, and use creator code WraithFN in the item shop. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is something that isn't absolutely needed, but it just make the game a little bit easier and make it a little bit more enjoyable, and that's just simply adding a loadout selection. So basically what this would mean is a lot of people figure out their inventories differently. For example, one person will have their AR as their first slot, one person will have their pump as their first slot, whatever the case is. It'd be really cool if you could make something in like a settings or whatever where it optimized what gun or what heal you'd want where. So for example, if I had my shotgun, AR, then SMG, the second I pick up a shotgun, it would just put it instantly into that slot. That would save a lot of early games fights from having to struggle to quickly switch your weapon to make sure it's in the right spot. Or when you're picking up weapons, you don't have to make sure, again, right after that it's in the right slot. Or if you're in the storm, you can do it nice and quick and easy, and it just make the game a lot more enjoyable. Obviously, this isn't something that's game changer and needs to be added. It's just something that'd make it a little bit more enjoyable. Now, the second one is disabling pre-edits. Now, personally, I don't know about you guys, but I've never used a pre-edit unless I was trying some crazy thing in creative that I'd never possibly use in game. And honestly, the only time pre-edits really happen is if you do it by mistake while you're building or editing or whatever the case is. Some of the time I accidentally edit it, and then it turns out when I'm placing a ramp, my ramp is cut in half, or whatever the case is. Obviously, again, this isn't a big game changer, and it probably doesn't affect someone that much, but it's just that thing that, again, will make the game a little bit smoother. Everyone doesn't really need pre-edits unless, again, you're one of those crazy creative builders. And even if you do, you should have an option to toggle it on and toggle it off in the settings, so that way if you are, then sure, you can use pre-edits. But for the most part of us, none of us really use pre-edits, and just gets in the way and makes us mess up things that we shouldn't be messing up, and it is just a little bit of a pain. So just be nice if they quickly fix that and allowed you to either have it on or have it off. Now, this next thing, and this is a big one, this would definitely help out a lot of people, and it's adding more servers around the world. So basically, if you guys don't know, servers are allow you to basically have better ping. So if you live close to the server, you'll get a lower ping. Now, I'm not saying add a server into every major town, because that would cost millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars. And obviously, Fortnite's making a lot of money, but that's not really a smart business move from them. So even if they added maybe 2 servers in NA West, 2 more servers in NA East, or even 1 in NA West, 1 in NA East, and then those places that don't even have a server, like I think it's China or Brazil or places like that don't really have good servers, maybe if they even added one down there, maybe not even in NA West or NA East or whatever the case is, but just added a little bit more servers. Obviously, if each server costs $15 million, then that's a little bit hard point for them to do, and maybe even add just 1 in China or something would still make the game a lot more enjoyable for the people over there. But depending on the cost of each server, I think it's definitely would be worth it for Fortnite to add it into, maybe, again, like I said, 1 more in Europe, 1 more in NA West, 1 more in NA East, and then 1 more in places that don't have it. Now, like I said, it is more of a business thing, and it doesn't really help Epic Games that much. They're not going to make much more money from adding another server. They might make a little bit more by getting more of a player base, because they're like, oh, well, now I can actually play on lower ping. But it's not really going to make them more money, so I can see why they wouldn't do it and why they wouldn't even bother looking into adding it. But it would just make the game even more smooth. More people would enjoy the game. Obviously, a lot more people would be getting lower ping, which again would just make the game more enjoyable. And again, I couldn't see them really looking into this that much unless they really wanted to help the game. But again, that's kind of up on their point, and they kind of can make the decision there. Now, this next tip is building an editing sense for keyboard and mouse. Now, honestly, this doesn't affect me that much. I don't really think there needs to be an editing sense. Like, sure, if they added one, I'd use it, but I don't really think there needs to be one. It's just a lot of people have been asking for it, so I decided to add this on this list. Again, don't really think it needs to be added, but that's just my personal opinion. So basically what it means is kind of like controller, how you guys have a building sensitivity, and then just like a normal sensitivity. That's what they're kind of asking for keyboard and mouse, as well as an editing sense for both, just so it allows you to build really quickly, but allows you to have still good aim and good editing aim. Whatever the case is, again, I don't really think it's that needed, but apparently a lot of people are wanting this. Like even Tifu's a huge benefactor towards it. He really wants it. So I mean, I thought I'd add this in today's video. Now this next one, and this one is one I really want, and it's a customizable crosshair. Now if you see like CSGO is a big one where basically you can do thousands or hundreds of crosshairs that allow you to get the best visual effect for you, whether it's like a smaller hit marker or whether it's a bigger one or whatever the case is, it's a different color. I think that'd just be pretty cool, and it just allow a little bit more customization and allow people to feel more comfortable when they're shooting or whatever the case is. But I think it's just a simple thing they could add, that even if they had like 6 or 7 different crosshair placements that you could use, I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Obviously, again, nothing game changing, just something that would make the game a little bit more enjoyable, make it a little bit more customizable for you, and it'd just be pretty different. Now the next thing, and this is a big one that people have been asking for forever, and basically it is having customizable settings for controller player or console players, well basically console players, and meaning that allows you to take off your shadows, etc, which can maybe even boost up your FPS a little bit more and kind of allow you to have that PC like type feel, and maybe even boost your FPS a little bit more, like I said, which would help tons and tons of console player, because most of the community is console. And I know you guys have been wondering about this for years, well not years, but since the game's basically come out, it's been kind of unfair that the PC people can have a complete selection of turn view distance farther, blah 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 blah, turn brightness up and down, or not brightness, shadows on and off, etc, and I feel like it'd just be a cool thing to allow console players to use. Now the next one, and this is another big one, and this is more PC players, but to allow an FOV slider or put back stretch res. Ever since it was taken out, people have been complaining, people have been whining, people have been messaging Epic saying, well look, there's no stretch, why can't you guys add it back, it wasn't doing any harm. Everyone had that ability to go and stretch, obviously unless you're on console, and I think adding stretch back would be absolutely unreal. I honestly don't like the FOV slider that much. I don't like how it looks. I feel like it'd be weird to play like that. That's just because Fortnite's kind of the only big game that I've played, so I feel like I'm kind of locked on this FOV, but I definitely would like stretch res to be back, because I did love stretch res. If they added an FOV slider, I feel like that'd be good and a lot of people would be happy, but personally I'd probably try it out and see if I like it, but as of right now I don't like it. But I just feel like they need to add that back, because so many people want it, so many people have been asking Epic for it, and they still have yet to do it. Now the last one, and this isn't again a kind of big one, but it's just changing the HUD area and trap selection, etc, making it a little bit more customizable. So on the right side of the screen, it kind of sets you up where it basically just shows your backpack and then your build binds and whatever. Well, it'd be kind of nice if you could select it and customize it so it showed how many traps you had, if you had any launch pads, campfires, just above the HUD. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Or even if you want to put in a straight line down, or maybe on the left side of the screen, being able to move the HUD however you like would just, again, allow you to be a little bit more customizable, make the game feel more specific towards you, and just a small thing that would make it a little bit more enjoyable. And yeah, that's basically it for today's video. If you agree with me, again, let me know in the comments. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments. But that is it for today's video. Make sure you slap that like button, make sure you hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button, and you already know, use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Just one guy left.
Do you have any more mats? I'm only at 100. Right here. You guys got it? You guys got it?
Took his wall, hit him for 20, killed him.
How many kills you got? I got 4.
I got 3.
Bye.